Hey, what's up, Uncle? All right, today I'm gonna go live with DJ Rocryte. He's a notorious Asian DJ from Seattle. Oh, there he is. Here, hold up. Hey,
Hey, what up?
what's up, my brother? How you doing?
It's good, fam. Good, man. Good. How you
Good.
doing?
I'm good. What you up to?
Just chilling with the fam, trying to get through this pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I was thinking we could go. I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes. Scratching, see what we come up with, and then
Yeah, I'm down for that.
you sure? Bet. Um, yeah, I got this turntable right here. I started off and stuff. Damn, you
Oh,
got
yeah.
hella.
Man, I have a problem. I have a problem.
That's a good problem. Yeah, you all set up and stuff?
All set up. Yeah. Let me just put this up here.
Got you.
See if I can break through this down. But what's going on, man? Like, what's new?
Uh, Nothing. Working. You know, my main job, and then yeah, same thing. Just trying to get through this pandemic, bro. All right, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
started.
bro.
All right, we'll just do like a small, like 8 to 16, and then we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
All right, bet. Ready? You hear that?
I can hear it a little bit. It's a little choppy on my end, though. Hold on.
Got you.
Maybe it's my.
Maybe let me turn it up.
I can hear it.
Okay, cool.
Let me see if I turn.
All right, you go ahead. Let me see if I can hear you.
All right.
Goddamn. Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
That's clear. Damn. Okay.
Oh, that's you, man.
Early cuts. Early cuts.
Hey, yeah, the early cuts.
Oh, shit. My phases always keep fucking up, man.
Oh man, I dig that, man. It's always my left side that always messes up.
It's the left side, right? Okay, here.
Yeah,
They switched
like
it.
it just stops. Hold on.
I know. Okay, hold on. All right, there we go.
Are you ready? Hey.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Hey.
Let's go. Hold on.
Hey.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, let me try a beat. You want me to put on a beat?
Yeah, let's try a beat.
Okay, cool. How you feel about 105-ish?
Yeah, that's cool. I know.
Okay.
I know. Last time you guys did this with Jordan, it was kind of laggy, but
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
all right, sounds good.
Okay, bet. Oh, damn. Here, let's go to the
right.
Hey, hey.
Oh shit. Ah, my
Yeah.
face.
See?
Hold on. All right.
Uh,
Hey. God damn. Okay. Okay, FJ.
I, I, I know you're gonna dig this.
uh,
I think you got me on that one, man.
shit. Bro, yo, I'm not gonna lie. You introduced me to this scratch here. Hold up, here. Let me see. Um,
That's like my favorite go-to club scratch.
yeah, bro. Like I was watching you at Dirty because we shared the thing at Dirty.
That's right. Yeah, that was fun, bro.
Bro,
That was like an unexpected, like, fun time, bro.
it was like I was watching you the whole time because I guess your style, I've never seen it in Portland.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shoot, I got a test scratch. It's like a backwards chirp or something like that. Oh, it was dope. I appreciate it. But yeah,
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
of course, yeah. Everybody that's tuning in, this is DJ Rocryte from Seattle. You can follow him on everything. I think it's at DJ Rocryte, right?
Yes. Rocryte.
There you go. There you go.
I just found there was another Rocryte somewhere.
Oh, there's another Rocryte.
There's another Rocryte somewhere, but he spells it like regular Rocryte, like Rockright. And he low-key had a little bit of beef with me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I said, and he's like, man, I don't care who spells it like this. I had that name first. I started DJing before you. And I was like, man, we could battle. And he was like, oh, no, it's okay. We can share the name. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, it's crazy. What is that your actual name or
Oh, no, my name has nothing to do with like my DJ name. My real name is Josh.
Oh, got you. What's up? Where'd you get Rocryte?
I just got super high one night, and I remember I was driving to the Space Needle with my friends, and then they started rapping, and then they were like, "Oh, we about to get it going with Rocryte," and then they looked at me, and I was like, "I'm not a rapper," and they're like, "Nah, I think we're gonna start calling you Rocryte." I was like, "All right, I guess I'll flow," and then it just stuck with me.
Hey, that's dope, though. That's a cool story. Cool little story.
You
But
know,
yeah,
something cool.
yeah, for sure, bro. Dude, I saw that you toured around New York. I think Seattle, Cali a little bit, and then I think Arizona.
Yeah, I went to Arizona. Yeah.
Dang. How was that?
That was cool. I actually went with this like record label called Higher Music, and they're like a Korean based just artists. A lot of them were from Korea, and then the rest of them were from Seattle, and then there's some in New York. Basically, it was just like a collective of like cool, like kind of underground hip hop artists, and then they ended up going to South by Southwest in 2018, and then I DJ for a guy named Jarv D, who is an artist out here in Seattle. So when he asked me, he's like, "Yo, man, if you want to come, they need a DJ." So I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So then it was basically my audition. So then they said they liked me, and then the following year or that following few months, we ended up going on a little tour, like 2-week tour, which was cool. Like I definitely enjoyed it, but then I also hated it at the same time. You're just like no sleep, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to New York. We started in Chicago. Went to Chicago first, and then we slid to New York, Arizona, San Francisco, LA, and then came back home to Seattle. And yeah, I mean, the love that I got in New York, like the feeling was crazy. Same with San Francisco and LA. Like it was amazing.
What would you say is the most memorable place that you DJ'd when you were on that tour?
It had to be New York. Because New York, you know, they're notorious for like, you know, really being hard on a lot of artists, DJs, you know, if you have to show out, you know, and when I was showing out, I tried to show out in a sense. I just remember a lot of OGs came up to me. They're like, "Yo, man, yeah, you got respect from us and the city." I was like, and then when I was talking to some New Yorkers, they're like, "Yo, man, that means a lot. You should embrace that." So I took that as like, you know, all right, maybe I could really, you know, stick with what I do, kind of improve, you know, always improving. That just, you know, basically lit the fire.
Got you. Dang, that's crazy. What was the vibe like over there in New York? Like, would you end up playing?
The vibe, of course, you know, you got to play a lot of like New York classics, stuff like that. I did like a Jay-Z set just because, you know, I'm a really big fan of Jay-Z and whatnot, and they fucked with it. Like, they were hella cool. Of course, they love like old school shit. I tried to, I basically, they love West Coast, so anything I played West Coast. You know, if I played, I played like anything from the Bay, bro. They vibe like that. They're like, "Oh man, this is what we want. We hear New York shit all the time." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." So of course, you know, you play the E40s, the Too Shorts. You know, play some new shit from the Bay too. They love it.
Wow, that's crazy. Dang, it's like I feel like nowadays like the coasts are kind of, you know, merged in a way, like music wise. Like there isn't an actual, you know, New York sound that I've heard in a while. So I think nowadays it's just all kind of merged together in terms of sounds, you know.
No, I agree. Like especially like LA uses a lot of the Bay Area, like, you know, like produced tracks. I've noticed like a lot of that. And I think the Bay Area is like, to me, is like one of the like vibiest type shit, you know, you can get hyped to. And I feel like it's really like it's growing way more now than before.
Definitely. I see that you were under Fantasy League DJs along with DJ Vega and other DJs. What's up? So what is Fantasy League? Like, what do they do?
Basically, we're just a collective of basically right now I'm gonna say is diverse DJs. You know, we're just multiracial. I'm only saying this now, well, based off what's happening. You know, we want to kind of embrace like who we are, and that's what Fantasy League DJs are. You know, we have our own lanes. Like me, Vega, Lou Rock, like we're all good DJs, dope DJs, but we all have different lanes. Like you can give us like 5 songs, and we approach those 5 songs so differently. You know, there's nothing that we'll do that's going to be the same. And me and Vega, we started this, I can't even remember what year, maybe 2013, something like that. It was a long time ago. And it was because, you know, Vega wanted to start a group, and he went with a bunch of people, and they weren't having it, basically. They didn't want to do it. It was something that wasn't in their cards right at that time. And then, you know, later on, he found me. Like, we became friends working at Cube 93. And he was like, "Yo, man, let's start a group." So I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm down for that." So then we came up with Fantasy League DJs. And just because, you know, we basically wanted to kind of take over our city. We wanted to show what we can do because nobody really wanted to, you know, join a group with us, or it was just always, you know, something. something kind of negative. So we're
Mhm.
like, yo, F it, let's just do it ourselves.
Got you.
So
Got
then,
you.
yeah, from there on, we kind of just took off, added some
Mhm.
more people that was down for the cause, and we thought we were hella dope.
Yeah, man, you guys are for real. Like from an outside perspective, all I see from Seattle is JQ and Fantasy League. Like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. You guys are.
Shout out to JQ, man. It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh man, happy belated, man. That's crazy. Dang, it's a hard time right now, man. You can't really do anything. All you can do is inside but yeah, how did you get into DJing, bro?
I started DJing because my homie Raph. He's a little bit older than me, and I remember being 16, and he took me on a few of his gigs, and one of them, I basically was a rodeo to carry his records or whatnot. And I just remember a particular time we went out to go do a frat party at UW, and uh, we went down there, and he was, old school. We had to play instrumental to acapella, acapella to instrumental, just
Hmm.
off records, And I was just vibing, like, yo, this is kind of tight, And then just the atmosphere, just how the DJ is. I was like, yo, I kind of want to try this. And for me, it was a little different because I started with like CDJs, and it was just it was dope. Like there's a lot of technology, so I didn't know what to do with a lot of the buttons.
Hmm.
So I kind of just like put those to the side and like built up money, and was like got one turntable, then got a mixer, and then just kind of save my chips and try to
Hmm.
get another turntable and whatnot. And I did the same thing. I kind of learned from like instrumental, acapella, acapella, instrumental. I was like, yeah, I vibe with this, and then just kept going to different gigs, uh, and seeing what he was doing, and that really got me into it. And then I found out a lot of my family members were DJs. I was like, man, did nobody tell me?
Yeah.
they're, they're like, yeah, well, they thought I was in a different lane. My dad, he's a musician. He played guitar, and a lot of my uncles play, drums, bass,
Mhm.
singers. That basically that to me, a lot of Filipinos do that shit. You know,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
they're somehow talent. They're talented in a lot of that.
Hmm.
And me, I try to find my lane. Guitar wasn't for me. Keyboards, piano wasn't me. Drums, I love drums. I stuck with it, and then that's when I found turntablism. I found DJing, playing for a crowd. It's a whole different lane than all that, and that's how I fell in love with it, though.
Yeah. How did it? How do I get this guy's hair? What's up, bro? Uh,
Oh man, I
you
got that
have
legal
your
cut,
barber?
man.
You have your own barber, bro?
Man, shout out. I think my nephew's in here right now. He's the one that cut my hair.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Shout out, bro. That's yeah. Yeah, bro. For real, I feel that about Filipinos. Like we're all talented musically in some sort of way. Um,
Exactly.
it's just in our blood, bro. It's just that's how. Um, but yeah, that's crazy. So you say you started on CDJs. Um, do you have a preference of like turntables or CDJs?
I prefer turntables, man. Just because you can feel the record.
Yeah.
I just when I started playing with CDJs, like I understood the concept. It was kind of hard to learn because I couldn't feel it. Like
Mm,
every time I would like listen to a lot of my uncles or my cousins or whatnot, they would always say, "Yeah, man, you put your hand on the record, you can feel it move forward." And you couldn't get that feeling with the CDJ.
mm,
But and then some, in some instances, you need CDJs. Whether it's like you do an outside party, you don't want to like warp your records, or it's too windy. Then of course, like DJs, if you're a DJ, you have to adapt. Like no matter what you have, you got to still the party goes on basically. And that's when I felt like, okay, I could do the same thing I do on turntables on CDJs,
mhm.
but I prefer CD or turntables.
Yeah, I got you for sure. Yeah. I remember we rocked a dirty one night, and then that was actually the first time I played on those control records that you had. Um,
Oh, the 10-inch ones, yeah.
the 10-inch ones, yeah. And dude, I have such a heavy hand, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty dope. Um, so but like it taught me how to be like delicate with my, control and stuff. So
Yeah.
I might invest in some of those. Um, yeah, did you like get that because of CDJs, like how the shape was with the
No, not really. It was more like you said, like you have a heavy hand. It's all about control.
Mhm.
To me, like the 10-inch ones, I have a little bit more control. It's like a little bit lighter. I mess with a lot of like different records, and the ones that I remember in particular were by Serato. It was the hundreds ones. It was like and they're really heavy. And for me, I was like, bro, I was like, man, I was like, man, I gotta be like super buff for this.
Yeah,
Like, trying to cover this. I was like, man, my forearms are getting sore, and it hasn't even been an hour yet.
dude, dude.
And then I had a homie put me on. It was either my guy Miguel Rockwell. I think he uses no, actually no, it was somebody else. But anyways, he put me on these 10-inch records. He's like, yo, just try it out, bro. Just if you like it. And when you have needles too,
Mhm.
it's like literally, it's like you have to keep fixing the needle. You have to keep putting it
Mhm.
back to the start almost every other song, because and it's like, okay, cool. It makes me feel like I have to keep be on my toes about it. Whereas sometimes like you'll forget it goes in internal mode kind of thing, and then it's just like, fuck. All right, well, I just kept I just got used to it, having to put the needle back to the start.
Yeah,
The control part, it's just nice and easy for me. I
yeah,
didn't feel like I had to do like 100 push-ups before the club.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just based off preference.
Got you. Yeah, for sure, preference. And like you do weddings too, bro. That's crazy. Like do you
Yeah,
bring your CDJs out there or do you bring your turntables?
I bring the turntables. I think I that's what I kind of sell. I sell myself to wedding couples about that. I
Mm.
tell them, I use turntables. I mix. I don't push play.
Uh,
uh, I sell the art, and I know a lot of DJs who are selling the art like that as well, because like you see a lot of these wedding DJs, a lot of them just push play, let the song run out, and hit play again, and that's not fun. It's not fun for the crowd. And so when I try to explain to them, what I do and what DJ should be doing, then they're like, oh yeah, let's go with that because that's what we want.
mm.
Yeah,
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that is dope. That is dope that you do. I've only bring turntables to weddings.
yep.
The only thing is the luggage, man. It's heavy.
Oh, hella heavy.
Like, do you bring with you, or do you like have just a dolly and stuff?
Oh yeah, I of course you got to invest in a dolly, man. I remember not having one when I first started and having
Mm.
to carry all that, and that was like back when we didn't even have power speakers yet, so you had to carry like a heavy ass amp, and like four like big ass speakers for no reason.
Yeah, takes you
But
like 4 hours to set up by yourself, man. That's
yeah, oh yeah,
take
like
a while.
that's why now like I bring my cousin and he helps me like
Mm.
just MC and tear down and something like, because sometimes like I'll double book and I have to do a club right after the wedding.
Hmm.
But I kind of stopped doing that now just because like I'm getting too old.
Well,
Yeah, trying to double book from a wedding and go straight to the club.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not in my cards anymore.
It's yeah, it's terrible, man. Just time management.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah. So do you still do weddings?
bro, I love weddings. Like I used to hate weddings, bro. I used to
Really?
hate them so much because I hated the time it took to set up. I
Yeah.
hated having to deal with couples, like having to get songs from them, and just time management. I just hated all that. Uh, but now it's like there's a story that I tell all my wedding couples, and this is why I love weddings,
Hmm.
is because I DJ'd this wedding and I played Selena, "Dreaming of You." That
Hmm.
was like one of the last songs I played, and this grandma came up to me and was like, "Oh, how'd you know?" I was like, "I'm just playing the song," and they're like, "Oh, this is the song I used to sing the groom when he was a baby,"
Hmm.
and and then the groom came running up and he had tears in his eyes. He was like, "This is how'd you know? Did my grandma tell you?" And I was like, "Nah." And then they started dancing and hugging, and and
Oh,
just there's so much love in it, and that made me feel like this is the kind of stuff I like, because people remember you at a wedding. You know, they look at you the whole time. Whereas like a club, the like club goers, they only know you or remember you if you suck. If you're a terrible DJ, you're like, boo, I'm never going there again. But if you're like a super dope DJ, they'll be like, you know, this is how it should be. Like, this is what it is. But they're already too drunk to be like, yo, what was that DJ's name? There's only a select few who stay till the end and be like, yo, that was dope.
Yeah,
you know, at least in my experience. You know, but weddings, it's like you have to win them over at dinner time. They have to see you DJ, and then once that party comes, they trust you because of that time. You know, from dinner until it's time to party, and they trust you. So once you get that trust, then it's like the party's about to be live.
Got you, man. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm in that stage right now where like I've done a handful of weddings, but I haven't had that experience yet to where it was like really mind blowing and like, you know, you did the best you did for the bride and groom, and they like really did it. So I'm like in that stage where I'm still coming. Like I'm like right now I'm like always nervous around weddings. Wedding.
Yeah.
But you know, I like it because it gets me out of my comfort zone of my bedroom, of the clubs, of the bars, the restaurants, you know. So you know, I always try to gravitate towards something I'm uncomfortable with. And I think the most uncomfortable thing that I encounter at weddings is the emceeing.
Yeah.
Sometimes because I'm an introvert, so I like talking. But yeah, were you like that when you first started? Like you didn't want to MC and stuff?
I hated MCing. Yeah, I mean, even to this day, it's like hard because you have nowadays DJs have to like do everything. You know, they have to make sure like the wedding party's set up. You got to make sure they're ready to go. You have to like run back and forth. Me, I hate that. I still hate that. So what I try to do is, you know, I bring my cousin, like I said earlier, and he helps me work with like the day-to-day planner. He does a lot of the MCing for me now. You know, I like you said, you're an introvert, so am I. I hate being on the mic for a long period of time, so I try to just limit everything I have to do on the mic.
Yeah.
You know, that's another selling point that I try to tell people is that, you know, I don't go crazy on the mic. I just make announcements. And then my cousin, like, he'll make announcements, whatnot. We do everything bare minimum of us when it comes to us talking, because they don't really want to hear us talking. They just want to hear music. So I keep it to a minimum, and then from then I just DJ. You know?
For sure. Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah. What else do you do? That's pretty diverse. Like club vibes and then wedding vibes. That's two totally different types of DJing right there. You know? Have you ever thought of like battling and stuff and like other avenues?
I thought about it. You know, just putting together. I have like little sets here and there. So if the time came, like I'd battle. But
You're ready.
yeah, I always be ready. You know, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah. And you said radio too, right?
Yeah, so I do radio. I do Q93. I used to DJ on Jammin' in Portland until then that got cut off.
Yeah.
So I was on there. So yeah, I do weddings, of course, radio, clubs. I think the most weirdest party I've ever done, it had to be like I did a swingers party.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I've done a swingers party, and that was like way out of my like comfort zone, bro. I didn't know what to do I didn't know what songs to play.
Yeah.
But they're like, man, just, you know, do you, and then we're gonna do us. I was like, we're gonna cut this short. and until they showed me the money, then they were like, I was like, yeah, all right, I'll stay the whole time. But that was like way over the top for me, and I was young at the time. I think it was like one of my first gigs too. I think when I was like I was like 20, 21.
Oh, crazy.
Bro, yeah, it was just how I was like, how'd you guys find me? Oh, we saw your Yelp page. Oh, cool. All right.
Dude. Wow. And this was in Seattle?
This was, yeah, it was like not in Seattle, but it was like in Washington, kind of on the outskirts, more down south.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I know we had this talk earlier, in person, like, how Portland and Seattle is kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like, does Seattle have its own sound? Because I feel like Portland is like really heavy into.
That's a good question, man. I mean, based off my experience, Seattle, they don't. We're late. We're late to things, you know. And when it comes to its own sound, we do have our own sound, but it's not a club vibe, if that makes sense. It's more like that grungy, like trap kind of music when it comes to hip hop. You know, of course, we're big on rock, this side of town, but of course, we don't play a lot of rock. We don't play a lot of that grunginess, hip hop either in the club. So we kind of migrate more towards like the Bay Area music. We play a lot of that here, and you know it goes. East Coast, depending on the song, you know, and obviously if it's like 3 months after the fact it came out, then you know that's when Seattle will catch on. We're just our music scene is just so limited, and it's kind of sad, and that's why I fuck heavy with Portland, man.
Oh,
You can get away with playing like Latin vibes at any club.
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't have to have a Latin night, you know.
yeah,
You don't have to have like a 90s theme party in Portland, you know, because that's the vibe that you can play anywhere, you know, in Portland. And like you could just drop any kind of tracks and they love it. Here it's like, what song is this? I remember when Big Bank came out, I played Big Bank, they're like, what is this? 3 months later, yeah, 3 months later you have all these like white girls coming up to me, oh yeah, can you play Big Bank? Like, oh man.
crazy.
I was like, I've been put you guys on that.
I will say though that Portland, it is very heavy Latin music too. We have Latin nights and stuff for sure. I know JQ comes down here and fills it. But yeah, sometimes you play Latin and they catch on and they like gravitate to it. Like, hey, don't go back to hip hop. Stay here.
Yeah. Stay here.
Latin pocket. I'm like, oh, bro, I don't have this much, bro. I'll go to, and then that's when I like gravitate towards like dance hall and Moombahton because it's kind of like Latin, you know. And then I go back to hip hop.
Yep.
And yeah. Besides like hip hop and stuff like that, what genre of music would you rather play in the clubs if you could?
Let's see. Besides all that, I mean, honestly, I love right now. I fell in love with like new disco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've been on that. A lot of high energy songs. I'm just now getting into more like dance, like dance kind of pop.
Yeah.
Super. This guy Vega.
Yeah. Yo, I was in that group with DJ Chemist and him for DJ Smash or not DJ but Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to f with them, man. They're too that stuff. No, I don't play Smash Brothers. Do you play?
Man, I only play to an extent.
Yeah.
I'm not like them. I can't be posting my highlights.
Got you. Proceed.
This guy.
So high energy, new disco.
Yeah, those are like my big thing right now. I mean, my dude Just Jordan been putting me on to a lot of like Jersey club, be more like house kind of vibes. So I've been, you know, and I think Instagram kind of put me on that too because they won't cut you off if you play like certain songs or like different remixes. And I remember just doing that set. I did like a Jersey set and for a good like hour. And I was like, oh, okay, no interruptions by Instagram. Cool. So then I just started getting more into it, you know.
Yeah.
That energy is like, that's dope. is dope to me, and I kind of want that to be here in Seattle.
Yeah.
But I think you can only play certain songs,
Mm-hmm.
maybe only like 5 minutes of it, if that. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been really into like those type of genres. New disco for sure. That's like
Yeah.
my shit.
That is, yeah, it is dope, man. Yeah, it's kind of sad too. I feel like the Pacific Northwest is like so fixed on a certain kind of sound. I
Yeah,
know, like I'm trying to get more into the 120s to I don't know, 40s BPM. You know,
yeah,
I feel like I'm too stuck in the 80s through 100. You know, it's yeah, and it's mainly hip hop. You know, I'm trying. I know that Afro's starting to get trendy.
yep,
Um, trying to get on that. I'm trying to get more into like big room stuff. You know, those big room edits. Um,
yeah, same.
yeah, and I feel like I heard that Vegas is kind of going through the same thing where they're like stuck in one genre and they're trying to get out of like the same vibe that they've been rocking for like a decade or so.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just hard, man. I feel like everybody has this sense that a club has to sound a certain way, and they get stuck with it. You know.
yeah, man. It's kind of sad. I honestly, now that a lot of this is coming out, a lot of like all this racism stuff is popping out. It really shows, how I never really thought about it until Boy Genius been talking about it a lot. How a lot of club owners or club promoters be like, "Hey, yeah, man, don't play hood shit right now," or don't we don't want to attract that kind of crowd. Like
Mm.
that kind of thing. Like it didn't really occur to me until obviously now. Like, okay, well, I always thought like, yeah, we just don't want no fighting, but look at the kind of people it would attract. Like it's like don't now it's like don't tell me what to play.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's why it's like you have to stay in like a certain type of genre in clubs. It's that club friendly kind of vibe. And we can't we have to play like those kind of like hip hop remixes or only play okay, if you're gonna play that, but sandwich it with like some pop records.
mm.
It's like they're trying, micromanage or,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh, shit like that. And I never thought about that. Like, I was like, okay, cool, it's cool programming, yeah, but this is what we really mean. So I feel
yeah,
like that's why, like, especially Vegas, like you have to play that certain genre. Like Seattle, we have to play that certain genre because the market that we have it's like the places that we the small places that we have. Like we don't have too many clubs anymore because of all this. Clubs get shut down if you play too much hip hop.
wow, that's
Yeah, that's just what it is. And so the clubs that we do have, we have to play club friendly, or we have to disguise it as a '90s, 2000s party.
huh.
Yeah. So that's how, at least that's what I noticed. Like, if we throw a 2000s party, we
Mm-hmm.
can get away with playing like Nuck If You Buck. You can get away with playing, those like grimy songs that you can play, like Dirty South songs, and
Mm-hmm.
then mix it in with like some new shit, new hip hop, and be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And but we have to disguise it.
Yeah, that's the part that's like crazy,
Yeah.
and you have to just yeah. There, I was playing at this one place in the Pearl District. I won't say the name, but like I played there one night. They never called me back. They're like they were specific. They're like just play old school hip hop.
Yeah.
And I played. I looked at the demographic. It was packed. Um,
Yeah.
and then it was a younger crowd. So I went to like a early 2000s and 90s hip hop the whole night. And
Hmm.
then like towards the middle to the end, they're like, "Hey, no, we just want old hip hop." And I'm like, "This is old hip hop." And
Yeah.
they're like, "No, play like Salt and Pepper and like all the 80s vibes." I'm like, "Oh crap. Okay. That's cool." And they're like, demographic in here. And I was like, "Really? That's crazy." So yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I keep going back to that dirty night, but like I was so like struck by how your style was when you were playing. I have a couple like favorite transitions that I remember from that night. You did Doja Cat Move into Move
Oh,
by Ludacris. I was like, yo, that is so clever, bro. Like, do you have a favorite transition that you do?
I think my favorite one that I know I always do all the time is like Notorious B.I.G. It's super simple too. It's like, going back to Cali into like a Tupac song. They like, I think like All About You or something like that.
Yeah,
And then from All About You into like Don't Trust Thoughts, or what is it, some song like that. And
yeah.
then mixing it in with like KRS-One, like Police type shit. And uh, I do hella like,
Yeah, you
I do
do.
hella like different ones like that. I think I have like a full crate that I remember doing on the fly, and I was like going back to my history and be like, yo, I remember this is dope. I remember this wordplay on accident. This shit happened. Let me grab this.
Yeah.
I have a few of those. And
Mm-hmm.
speaking of that, I remember one transition you did, and it was a Pilo to Contigo.
Oh yeah.
That shit was hard, bro. And
Appreciate it.
I be
Appreciate it.
sitting here listening. I was like, man, let me listen to this. Let me see if I can do it. And I'm like listening. I was like, yeah, that okay. Now I understand why you did it, because this is dope.
Yeah. Did you get it down? You got it down?
I got it down. Oh, and I fuck with your Who Do You Love? Because I
Oh,
started watching your superhero DJs joint.
yeah. Oh, appreciate it, man. Dude, that
So
was
that was dope.
appreciate it. Yeah. There was this one I remember too. You did 10 Commandments into Fetty Wap 679.
I got that from the homie Supaji. He did
Oh,
it a few times. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, you know what, man, this is kind of dope. I'm gonna use this too. So I remember telling him, I was like, bro, I'm taking that. I need that.
yeah.
So I
Killed it,
started
man.
doing that, and there was one. There was another one that you did. I can't. I'll come back to it because I remember it really stuck with me.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but not as much as that Pilo joint though.
Yo, yeah, I know. I don't know how I came across that. I was just like, yo, I was listening to Contigo. I was like, hey, Pilo got this. Pilo got this from that. Probably, I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty dope. I like how it got together like that. And it was a Latin night too, so I was like, all right,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
It worked out. That shit was dope.
yeah, appreciate it. um, yeah. So, who else is in Fantasy League DJs? Is that like a company that you guys built, or is that like a group?
Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's just a group. We like to call ourselves like a collective of DJs. We're not
Gotcha.
necessarily like a group, like, but when people see us, they're like, oh man, it's Fantasy League. Like we kind of give them that vibe.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, there's like me, Vega, Lou Rock, Just
Mm.
Jordan, Raf, and we put on P Dot from Vegas.
Oh,
So we have him. So we have a nice little squad.
yeah, dude, that's a powerhouse right there. That's crazy. You guys ever think about doing like a mini tour or something just around the?
That's the move, man. That's like the goal that I want, and I know Vega wants that too.
Yeah.
Try to, how like you got 143, you got all these parties that move around.
Mhm.
We're trying to develop something like that, but we want to do it as like a collective of us, not necessarily like a type of party, but basically just us like bringing something to the table. We haven't fully got to that point to where we can really brainstorm it, but that's in the works. Yeah, we definitely want to do that to at least like the West Coast. We want to start there, just because the vibes are so heavy over here, and we know a lot of people, in Vancouver, of course, you
Yeah.
guys in Portland, and then we got
Portland,
Pete
man.
out in
Come
Vegas,
Portland. I'll do
right?
that, bro. I'll
It'd be
go.
hella dope.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, and all your transitions too, man. I feel like you could do like battles and stuff. To be honest, like I could see you. I don't know, at a Red Bull or at a Goldie's, just like rocking those transitions at the
Man,
least, you know.
Vega
That'd
tells
be
me that
fun.
all the time. He's like, man, just do it. But
Yeah,
my scary ass, man, or like sometimes I get hella anxiety.
yeah,
So it's like once I start building a set, and then I was just like, man, this is dope, but fuck it, I'm just gonna scratch it. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
I'll scratch it and then work on something else, and
yeah.
then going back, and then I end up going back to the other one I did, and it's just like sometimes I get overwhelmed with it. So that's like kind of the problem I'm trying to fix, so I can can battle, but I mean, I guess it all just takes time. I'm just trying to, just work on the craft right now.
For sure. Yeah. Man, what you working on since it's quarantine, man? What's in the future for Rocryte right now?
What I've been working on is just a lot of different transitions, a lot of different like small set routines, because I want to go into, once the clubs open up, man, I don't want to keep doing the same shit. I want to do, all this new shit that I was able to practice. Like, I feel like if once clubs open back up and I go into those clubs with the same stuff I've done before, that just shows like I didn't practice. Like, I didn't do anything productive during this time. I didn't, work on anything. I didn't progress. So I want to, step into the club with like a whole different mindset. I'm like, fuck it. I'm playing Whitney Houston. I'm playing Sonic the Hedgehog theme song. I'm playing everything that I can think of that I remember playing on Instagram Live or on Twitch. I'm not going to stick to what I did before. Now's the time, like, fuck it, man. I'm going to play everything and everything.
Yeah. That's a good mindset, actually. Yeah, I'm probably going to steal that from you.
That's cool, man. It's a movement.
Yo, I seen you playing basketball too, bro. You gotta step back. You got a nasty. Yeah.
I think this guy's still in here. I think DJ Surge, this guy challenged me to a game.
Oh, Surge
He'll
30?
say something different.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to play on Twitch. We're about to live stream it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's like that serious.
But
I just love basketball, man. That's all.
We gotta make a team, man. We gotta play against each other, bro.
We gotta have a DJ squad.
Yeah. DJ squad. 5-on-5. I got you.
Oh man, we gotta get Vega to play too. This guy's funny when he plays. This guy will stare at you at the 3-point line and then shoot the basketball, but somehow make it at least once out of the 5 times he does it.
That's great. He's like Nate Robinson.
Yeah. Hey yo, he gets that a lot. Yeah, that's hella funny. I hope he's still in here because that shit's funny.
Yeah. Here,
oh man.
No. That's crazy.
That's funny.
Well, shoot, man. Well, shoot, that's it, man. That's all I got. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Like,
I appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
I hope to, share the stage with you again one day. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of transitions, bro. Like transitions.
This is gonna be a good time, man. I would try not to make you drink.
Bro, I had a funny ass drinking situation, bro. I was DJing, so I'm such a lightweight, man. Like, I was DJing at a restaurant that we play. I don't know if you know Sworth, DJ Sworth.
Yeah.
DJ Sworth, yeah. So he was like, "Hey, bro, come drink with me, man." Because we were doing like a in and out kind of thing. So I was like, "All right." No, I took one shot. I was buzzed the whole night, bro. And this bar is like a lounge type bar.
Yeah. Oh shit.
At 12 a.m., I'm like hype, The people are staring at me across the table, and he's like, "Hey, let's take another shot, man." I took half this shot and then spilled it all over myself, bro. I was that drunk, bro. That's crazy.
Man, that's hella funny, bro.
But yeah, no, this is a funny drinking story. But yeah, bro, yeah, I gotta share the stage with you one day, hopefully soon. But yeah, check this guy out, DJ Rocryte. He's one of my inspirations, man.
Thank you, sir. Same.
Yeah, for sure, man. Twitch, what you got? SoundCloud, Mixcloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, basically all platforms except TikTok.
Actually,
TikTok. No, I think I made a TikTok just because.
Oh,
yeah, I couldn't stay away.
yeah. The new Vine, man. It's the new Vine.
Damn.
Bro. Hey, have a good rest of your day, bro. Appreciate you coming on.
You too, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll catch up with you soon, all right?
Yes, sir. Peace out, bro.
I got you.
You too.
Dope. Peace out.